569နဲ့ 643ည 3943 ကိုင်ဆောင်သူအမေရိကန်နိုင်ငံသားမစ္စတာဒန်နီယယ်ဂျေကော့စ်ဖန်စတာအဖဘက်ဖန်စတာကိုရာဇဝတ်ကျင့်ထုံးဥပဒေပုံမှာ401ပုံမှာခွဲ1အရာပြည်တယ်လုံငိမ့်သက်တာခွင့်ပြုကာပြည်နှင်တန်ပေးလိုက်ကြောင်းနဲ့၎င်းဟာမစ္စတာဘဲရစ်ချက်စတန်နဲ့အတူတပါတဲ့ဒီကနေ့မှာလီချောင်းခီးနဲ့ပြန်လည်ထွက်ခွာသွားတယ်လို့သက်ဆိုင်ရာမှသတင်းရရှိပါရရှင်
I was arrested and held in captivity for no reason, so I suppose so. But physically, I was healthy. I wasn't starved or beaten.
Where's the father? Get over here. Huh?
I'm sorry.
How are you? Okay. Bill Richardson.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You guys have no control over that. Come back. You're back.
There you go. You got to put this on today.
Thank you. I will. Hey. Man. Love you, man. Thank you for everything.
How's it feel to be back?
Feels incredible. I mean, it's, you know, right here. It's about this right here. Yeah. It's a long time coming, you know. It's a day, it's a moment that I've been imagining so intensely for so long. You know, surpasses everything I imagined.
It feels great to get Danny back home. It's worth the effort. It's worth everything we did. But it took a one-on-one with the leader of Myanmar. 4 meetings, 2 formal, 2 informal. And it was a humanitarian gesture. But the whole trip was worth it because we tried to do humanitarian assistance, vaccines for the people of Myanmar. But getting Danny back and getting one of my staff members, a Burmese woman, back is worth the effort.
I mean, Danny's just a selfless guy that wants to speak the truth and help people who can't speak the truth and just get the truth out there. I mean, he's got good morals and ethics, and he likes to listen to people's stories. So I think he's done some good in all of his writing, not just in Myanmar.
And I'm incredibly grateful to seeing Bill and his team there. It's out on the tarmac waiting for me. It's just the greatest feeling I can ever remember having. To my family, I was able to get little hints of what was going on occasionally throughout the experience. If I was outside of the prison in court, maybe some police aide that could speak a little bit of English would flash a picture on his phone of my entire family wearing T-shirts with my face on it on CNN, which was a pretty bizarre thing to see, sitting in a courtroom there. So I was aware, and I know my brother. I know what he's capable of and how he works. So I assumed, I did not know the extent of it, but I assumed something was going on out there. And that gratitude, I mean, I spent the last 15 hours on the flight just looking at the coverage across the country in these places that I've lived, and seeing people sort of remembering me and pulling together, and it's incredible. I just have so much gratitude right now for everything everyone's done. So I'm going to take time to celebrate and to spend time with my family, and then, you know, continue concentrating on all the other, not just journalists and prisoners of conscience in Myanmar and everywhere else. For me in Myanmar, just a lot of citizens, doctors, teachers that are in prison right now. And, you know, that's another point that everybody here is reiterating. This will be a short little celebration, but, you know, let's keep focused on what the actual story is here.
You're probably going to ask, well, how did this happen? Well, It happened because of this collaborative effort. But it also happened because of these, what was decisive was a meeting, 4 meetings that Mickey mentioned with the Commander-in-Chief. And I said to him, this would be a gift, a humanitarian gesture to the American people. And this was the right thing to do. This was a journalist doing his job. This was a journalist reporting on what was happening. And he shouldn't suffer. What was the best moment? And that was at the airport in Myanmar, seeing Danny walk towards me with all these security people around him. And I said to him, Danny, I'm taking you home. I'm taking you back to the United States today. He said, great.
That entire day, I didn't know that I was going home. I was in a prison in Yangon, and that morning was told to pack a bag with what I needed, shuffled into a car, shackled hands and legs, and told not to ask questions or say anything. We drove straight past the airport in Yangon, so I had no idea where we were going, and we drove to Naypyidaw. So I spent the entire day in Naypyidaw waiting for something. I didn't understand what I was waiting for, but I was just sitting in a chair, staring at an empty chair across from me. And several hours later, a police officer sat down and said, you've been charged with these crimes and found guilty. We're gonna offer you this pardon, and you're gonna leave right now. And I was in Naypyidaw. I wasn't in Yangon. My wife was in Yangon, in the apartment that we shared. I didn't get to see her or talk to her. She was getting ready to bring a parcel of food to the prison for me the following day, which I was basically depending on. She would come every 2 weeks is what they would allow. I don't know if she had any idea what was happening. I'm sure she had access to more information than I did. But yeah, so no, I wasn't able to return to the apartment. Took a few belongings with me. They told me the dress code was going to be casual. I got myself into trouble there trying to push boundaries, and that caused small confrontations that, you know, I didn't know what would come of them, so I was a little worried, but nothing. I mean, I wasn't physically threatened or anything. I came in there at first with an attitude that I'm not going to be here very long, and I'm going to stand my ground. And it didn't take too long to figure out that I didn't have a whole lot of ground to stand on.